What's the most surprising thing that I've learned about zero trust in the past year? Before I answer that question, I want to put this in a little bit of context. I spent a lot of time working with enterprise clients on their zero trust initiatives. These can range from hour-long conversations to talk about a specific aspect of zero trust, all the way up to multi-week, sometimes multi-month engagements with clients as we take them through the entire zero trust blueprint. And consistently, I would say that the one thing that I have been the most surprised about is how difficult it is to get stakeholders together for a period of time to have a focused conversation. Even as simple as, let's get a meeting on the calendar for talk about a specific topic. Oh, based on people's availability, we can't do that for 10 days. This is obviously an artifact of the level of workload, level of busyness that enterprise security teams have, and it's a reality that we have to deal with. And I think that there's really three takeaways that I want to get from this, or want to share from this. The first is that this is why it's so important to really, let's say, right size your zero trust initiative, to have a structured conversation that around organizational readiness, and to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. If you have grand ideas for a zero trust initiative, but you don't have the cycles, you don't have the team, you don't have the backing to do that, you're not going to be successful with it. But if you recognize this and you say, okay, we're going to aim for small victories, we're going to make small progress, and we're going to have a slightly narrower targets in mind to start with, you can be successful with that. So it's really important to have that conversation around where are we going with zero trust? What does our initiative look like? How do we fit this into our day-to-day sets of responsibilities? And how are we going to be able to rely on the other stakeholders who have to be part of that, who have to contribute it, who have responsibility and resources that we're going to need? It's really important to do that. Number two is pay it forward. If we think about entropy, the natural tendency of an organization to drift toward chaos. And by chaos in our world, it really means lack of visibility as to what's on the network, ongoing changes to the environment that aren't properly documented, that are that's happen outside the visibility and control of security. Those types of things make it very difficult to have an effective security program because you're just operating in the dark. And the idea behind this pay it forward concept is to just a smidgen increase the rigor and the discipline around day-to-day processes that are happening, literally every day in your organization. Every time a change is made to an identity or a device or a workload, make sure that the appropriate set of metadata, tags, categorization, whatever tool you're using gets applied to it. This way, every day, something in your environment is going to get a little bit better. And that small degree of making it better is going to enable you to start to define your zero trust policies, define automation that is going to build on top of that to make things better for yourself. So if you can just make one thing better a day in your environment as a natural byproduct of a slightly adjusted process in a week, in a month, in 6 months, you're going to see a significantly improved environment where you're going to have much better visibility and much better ability to make decisions about, make automated decisions, to enforce policies in some sort of automated fashion. And the third takeaway is to use your zero trust initiative as a catalyst for automation. If you think about and you look at what is going on in your environment that is a bottleneck, that is a source of friction, that is a significant nexus of manual work, and look at how that can be automated. Maybe there's a change to the process. There's some new tools. Maybe there's ways to reinvent the way that you're doing things, and so that you can take away that manual effort that's associated with it. That's going to be a big win. It's going to reduce people's workloads, and it's going to get them on board with your zero trust initiative. So that's really the most surprising thing to me, is just how busy people are and how difficult it is to get people's time to talk about this overall strategy. And I think that's kind of an indicator of, if we can't get a meeting to talk about the strategy for 10 days, how are we going to get a meeting and actually affect changes where we have to do real hands-on work? So think about that and right-size your zero trust initiative. And if it takes you 6 months to get the first set of steps moving forward because people are so busy, that's just the reality that you live in. But think about and plan for the right first set of steps so that it will pay dividends for you as you begin to make things better, to automate things, and show how you can deliver value to the business. Thank you. Have a good day.